Nano Banana 2 just came out, and AI content on YouTube is about to change forever. Not only is this better at following prompts and creating images than Nano Banana Pro for YouTube, but it also costs less. I'm sure you guys have all seen these like 3D animation style channels like Fern, Atrium, and others. And with AI, you've been able to generate similar things, and you have been able to animate, of course. But now, Nano Banana Pro has made this so much better and so much more accurate, especially with newer AI animation models. So I'm the founder of this tool called TubeGen.ai. And if you've never heard of this tool, pretty much what it does is it takes every AI tool and puts it in one platform so you don't need a bunch of subscriptions. That in itself is cool, but not enough to make an entire product out of it, which is why the bread and butter is actually integrating all the AI tools into each other. So not only is it all in one spot, but it saves a ton of time. So you can mass generate things with just a click of a button. So I'm going to show you how you can make a Fern style video that is 100% accurate. So we go over to the Styles tab here and we can create a new style. Another thing TubeGen has is actually a niche finder where you can find niches. And you can see there's a ton of niches here. You have a niche finder, but another way this is useful is you can actually copy and paste a channel into here. So in this case, I'll take the Atrium channel. It's kind of like Fern. And then we're just going to paste that link into the niche finder. And not only can we press on similar channels here and see the competition, and you see all these other 3D animation style channels, but you also have this copy style button. And now the rest of these might not all be 3D animation, but these are just going to be competing channels. For example, like the Chronicle here or Shortery. But now that we press copy style and we go to style, we can see we now have this Atrium style. And this uses 11 labs for the voice. Like I said, it has everything in one place, but you can also change the voice if you want a different one. Now down here in the advanced settings of TubeGen, we just added this new feature called video type, and we can put on 3D render. And this is going to make the scenes in order and make it like a storytelling video. And you'll see exactly what I mean. So this even chose our word count for us. Now we're just going to save changes here. Press create video, and it's going to prompt all your styles. If you want, you can create a new one here. But we're going to press this new Atrium style. And when we're here, now we want to generate a title. So we can actually generate title from a style or paste in a different YouTube URL or generate from like a list of titles. But in this case, I'm going to press generate from style. And because of course, Atrium's YouTube URL was used to create the style, it's going to look at Atrium's best performing videos that are recent. So pretty much outlier videos, and generate titles that should perform the same as theirs. Then you get a bunch of titles here. We could do a title like how SEALs stormed bin Laden's compound, use title. Then this moves over to the script. Now keep in mind, you could also put your own title in here. I'm just going to turn on web search as well. And then we're going to press on this generate button, and it's actually going to generate a script in the same style. So what it's doing is it's taking those outlier videos, downloading it, reading the transcripts, and training a brand new scriptwriter that's exclusive to you to write in the exact same style. So it would look like Atrium scriptwriter wrote your script pretty much. And as you can see here, we have a 2,470 word script. Just for the purposes of the video, I'll keep like the first 2 paragraphs, so the first 600 words of the video. Then to go and generate a voiceover, all we got to do is go to the voiceover tab and press generate. And a cool thing as well is you can actually go and generate other things while something's generating, right? So while the voiceover is generating, we can also generate a YouTube description for this, which is pretty much going to optimize the description to be filled with keywords and hashtags related to your niche. Then for like the thumbnail, for example, all we need to do is find a thumbnail similar that we want to copy. We can take this one, then we can go back over to TubeGen. Then we can go over to the thumbnail and paste this in because we're still waiting for, or I guess the voiceover is actually done now. So, we'll go back to the thumbnail, but I'll play the voiceover for you guys.
It's May 1st, 2011.
Anyways, you get the point. That's what the AI voiceover sounds like. We go over to the visuals tab now. And we already have this 3D render style. So it chose Nano Banana 2 for us, it chose 3D render style, and it chose animate. Then we're going to press on generate 60 prompts, and we're going to continue here. Now while the visuals are generating, let's go over back to the thumbnail tab, and we're going to press load on this thumbnail. And here it is. Then we press continue. Now we just edit and pretty much say what we want to change. Then I pretty much wrote some changes here, like change the colors, take away this gray character, add more soldiers, and then we press generate thumbnail, and we should get thumbnail in the same style, just making like the tweaks that we put in here. And here you go. As you can see, it took away this gray character, it switched the colors, and it added 3 of these guys instead of 2. And then you could either regenerate this, download, or go back and make some changes, but we could just download this, for example. And then as you can see, if we hover over visuals, it's still in progress. So I'll cut back once this is done generating. As you can see, now we have the first image here as our first visual. We have which part of the script it's using. It's saying it's scene 1. It's from 0 seconds to 3.91, how long it is. Same thing it shows for like scene 12, for example. It says it's scene 12. Here's what timestamps it plays from. Here's how long it is. Here's what part of the script it's using. And here's even the image prompt that it's going to use to generate the image. And the reason it only generates one image is to make sure that you actually like the style. Then all we have to do is go ahead and press generate all images to generate the rest of them. Now that we're here, we have all of the images generated. As you can see, I can skim through them. Here are just some good spots, but you can see how high quality, how high resolution this stuff is. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. And then we can go ahead and animate all of this as well. So right here, I can press on animate all images. Then I can go in the advanced settings and I could do only animate scenes between this and this seconds. And you can also do only animate specific scenes from like scene 1 to this or that. So in this specific case, I'll put like, let's say 3.5 seconds. Let's do 3.51 seconds and then up to like, I don't know, 8. 8's the maximum you could do. And in total, there's 57 scenes, so this would animate 48. So if we want to save even more, we could do like 3.9 and 8. Now this is going to do 44 images. So that way we're saving on 13. Then we can press animate all, for example, and then it'll animate all of the scenes over 3.9. And as you can see, as I'm scrolling, it's pretty much mass generating all of this. And this is what I'm talking about with like the integrations. You don't have to write any prompting yourself for the images or anything, right? It mass generates the prompts on the back end and then mass generates for you. Same thing, mass generates the animation prompts and mass generates everything for you. So it's not just putting everything in one spot. It's also integrating everything so that, you know, the voiceover, script, images, animations are all animated or integrated, into each other. And doing so just saves so much time. As well as while I'm waiting for this, I might as well also say that if you're trying to look into getting into YouTube automation, I actually have a one-on-one mentorship and you can apply to work with me in the link in the description. I take around 5 students every single week, so you just apply to join, and if you're the right fit, then I can work with you and even potentially help you with using TubeGen as is included in that program. And not even that long later, we have our animations. So check out this first one. I mean, even this first one is just so cool. And it animated all the scenes that are over the length that we wanted, right? So this one, as you can see, is only 3.13, so it didn't animate it. And now we can actually go to the video editor on TubeGen. And we have our video right here. I'll play you guys what this looks like.
It's May 1st, 2011.
And in this video editor, you can add transitions, do whatever you really want, but it made this whole video, and I'm gonna actually export this so that you guys can see what the final video looks like. And just to show you guys what I mean, I'm gonna play a random part of the video.
Rented a house, and from there, month after month, they watched. They documented patterns and observed that no one ever left that compound for months. They noticed garbage was burned inside rather than collected. The property had been custom.
This pretty much gives you an idea. It's pretty much creating a storyline, and it's not just random images assorted everywhere and random animations. It's pretty much giving you a storyline and making sure that everything is looking like a movie, not just like you're jumping from one scene to the next scene to the next scene. And this is something right now you can only do inside of TubeGen. So yep, I'm going to shill it because it's my company, but also because I actually use it because clearly it has the tech that the internet has been needing for making YouTube automation style content. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to apply to work with me, it's in the description, and you can also get a referral to TubeGen in the description as well. See you guys.
All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMMShiba and SMM are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says you from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and this should be already fine. 2014, 2017, yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm, and now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.